Hey everyone, can you guys hear me okay? This is the first time I've ever went live, so I'm not sure how it all works. Hey Tony, hey Gene, Jerry, Scott. Good. I'm glad I'm coming in. This is gonna be very weird for me not having someone that I can hear talking back to me. So hey Wilmar. No, Jerry, I don't think I forgot anything. Luckily, I don't need much except for my computer. Hey Rick. I'm just kind of looking around at the screen because I've never actually done this, so I'm not sure exactly how it works. I'll get better at it eventually, though, probably. I might have Tony come and teach me how to do live streams as well. Hey, Edward. Hey, Raztech. Yes, Kurt, I'm indoors tonight. Thank goodness. Tomorrow night, though, I'm going to film um, the next Friday's video. So and that's gonna be a scary one. I'll be outdoors then. Squirrel. Yeah, so the video with Tony, that had such a blast. And honestly, my video was short because I just wasn't filming that much. I was just kind of, it felt like just hanging out with a friend, like real camping. And on top of that, I'm editing my video and I noticed I somehow recorded a bunch of clips in slow motion. So I took the ones that I could use and just kind of talk over and included those. But if you go check out Tony's video next week, he will have a much longer video and he'll probably show a lot more of the camp than I did. Good to see you too, Kurtz. Hey, Timbo. Hey, Tim Huff. Sorry if I miss anyone. I think I'm reading everything. Hey, Janet. Where in Minnesota are you from? I lived in Thief River Falls for about 2 years. That's really, if you might know where that is, but that's northern Minnesota, probably about an hour from the Canadian border. It was so cold. Thanks for that straight crypto. Hey, Mark M. Lost in Wax from Huntsville originally. I have a few camps planned for Huntsville. I don't want to give anything away, but I have at least 2 camps planned for Huntsville when it gets warmer. Both of those, I don't think I'm going to be able to use a tent or a hammock, so I just have to sleep outside on a sleeping mat. Hopefully, I can get a sleeping mat in the place I want to go, but those two are going to be awesome. So I've never been west hardly at all. The farthest west I have ever been, and I'm responding to straight crypto here, is Las Vegas, and that was only to do the Mr. Beast video that I was in. And I didn't even get to see Las Vegas really because we went straight from the airport to a hotel. We weren't allowed to leave. Then went straight from there to the Las Vegas Raiders Stadium for 3 days, and then straight back home after that. So I really didn't get to explore anything. I did get to feel how hot it was though, but I would love to go west. I've been all over the East Coast multiple times, and yeah, someday I'll get out west. Thank you, Jeffrey. Jerry, I will do more in the future, but it just makes me so nervous just because I haven't done it before. I've honestly been stressing about this all day. I always build things up in my mind, and then once I start doing it, it's not that bad. But yeah, I'll do more in the future for sure. Thank you. Is that EGOF? EGOFF? You're missing out, brother. I live more so many mountains. Oh, I definitely know I am. It's just the way everything's worked out. The jobs that we get usually keeps me on the East Coast. Keith says, I'm 60. I wish I had the boss do what you do when I was younger. Thank you for. You're welcome, Keith. Hey, you're not too old. Get out there and do it. Hey, Iron Van. Yeah, Gene, I will definitely try to do some camps in Georgia too, for sure. Guys, should I be reading these questions out loud? Because I feel like I'm just answering them because I'm reading them. Just let me know. Tony says, take a deep breath and don't rush. Yeah, I'm trying. As you know, I kind of talk fast anyways. Lance says, how is it going? Glad to see you hit 5,000 subscribers. Love the content. Keep up the hard work. It's paying off. Congrats. And much props from New Mexico. Thank you, Lance. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Trust the process. You should do a Gettysburg camp, Brian. Brian, that's a good idea. I'm not, I don't, I have to look it up. I don't think I'm crazy far away from there. Thank you, Joe. Kurt says, you have a very natural, funny personality. You got this, buddy. Just do what comes natural to you. Thank you. Thank you, Kurt. Yeah, I'm just me. You know, sometimes I can be kind of like this last video that me and Tony did. I was laughing so much. Even in the video, I had to cut so many times out that I was laughing because it was just like, it was just nonstop. And I'm still pretty sure there was a lot of me laughing in there. So here's what we do on Tony's live stream. If you have questions for Todd, put 3 questions in. Okay, so Gene says, and that's a good idea. If you have a question for me, put 3 question marks in, and then that'll kind of stand out, and then I can see that and answer that. So, oh, Mitchell says, hey there from Australia. Absolutely love all your videos. Congratulations on the 5K. Thank you, Mitchell. It's really cool having people from just all over the world see my videos. It's kind of a strange feeling, honestly, because I'm just, you know, some nobody from nowhere, Alabama. So it feels weird to have people, you know, actually want to watch my videos. But I appreciate every one of you guys. What time is it over there in Australia, by the way? Hey, from upstate New York. Hey, Jason. I love upstate New York. I love the whole New England area. New Hampshire. We stayed up there last summer. That's where we worked at. And it's just so pretty up there. We drove around every night looking for moose. And we never saw one. We saw some bears, though. Edward found the channel a few weeks ago. Love your content. Thank you, Edward. What did you do out in Vegas? James, I was in a Mr. Beast video, and we lived in the Raiders Stadium for, I think it's Allegiant Stadium. We stayed there for about 3 days doing that. Rick Whitson, what? Rick, what part of Bama are you from? I'm in northern Alabama. I'm about an hour away from Birmingham and about an hour away from Huntsville. 9:07 a.m. Sunday for Mitchell in Australia. Steve Cowart? I think it's Cowart, Stephen Cowart. Greetings from Louisiana. Hey, Stephen. Hey, James, you're in northern New Hampshire. We were in, crap. Now I'm forgetting the city we were in. We worked at the Moose Hillock RV park there, or RV resort. Yeah, Carica Champion, that's my wife. She says Warren, New Hampshire. That's where we were at. Warren, New Hampshire. In eastern, so Edward lives in a small town in eastern Washington state. My niece, who's probably watching this right now, she was stationed in Washington. She's in the Navy and was stationed there for a while. She really loves it up there. Hey, Marna from Florida. Mitchell watching your live stream with an amazing cup of coffee. Ken Harrington found your channel via the shed camping video. It's awesome. Hey, from Iowa. Hey, Ken. Thank you for checking out the channel. Sorry, I'm really nervous, guys. I'll calm down here in a second. Oh, look at this cup too. This I have it on my phone. I want to say Lorraine Yeah, Larry and Lorraine sent this to me. It's really cool. It's actually not coffee in here. I'm already nervous enough without all the caffeine. Come over border in Tennessee and do camping here. Oh, I'm sure at some point I will definitely be in Tennessee doing some camping. I'm not far from the Tennessee state line. I think about an hour and a half um, from Tennessee. You ever been to Kentucky? Tim Huff, I've been through Kentucky. I've never stayed there for any significant amount of time, though. Hey, Stacy. Nice to see you, too. So, Tony, me and Tony went to the graveyard that you recommended, Stacy, but there was already someone there, and she said she was going to be there for days. So we decided to go to Town Creek. We actually went to another graveyard, but there was a big funeral going on. There were so many cars, it was hard for me to turn around. It was at the end of a dead end road. And that's how we ended up at Town Creek for this past video. Edward Lapsey, you were in the Washington Army National Guard. Well, thank you for your service, Edward. Russell, hey, brother, love your videos. Just getting ready to have a campfire in Olympia, Washington. It seems like a lot of people from Washington on here. Hey, Russell, enjoy that fire. Me and Tony had a great time. That log that Tony got, it had like a star pattern cut in it. It lasted for hours. If that would have been separate logs, it would have burned up really quick. But that log just seemed to burn forever. And we even cooked our steak on it. Well, Tony cooked the steak on it. I just sat around and ate. You have more subs named Kurt than anybody else on YouTube. Strange to see my name so many times because it's not very common here in Toronto. Is there a lot of Kurts on here? Stacy, what? Yeah, Stacy, we went there and there was a woman there and she said she was on like a spiritual retreat. She said she may be there for 2 days or 2 weeks. So we just let her be. Gene Dutton, are you afraid of heights? I am. I'm not terribly afraid, but I don't prefer to be up high. But it's weird because I kind of like finding spots that are kind of up high. I don't know if it's like a adrenaline rush for me or something, but yeah, I am a bit afraid of heights. Tony says that log was amazing. It was. Kurt Tabner says you've seen 3 Kurts already. Well, and there's 69 people here, so that's a pretty large percentage of Kurts for 69 people. Wilmore, man, watching from Minnesota. Hey, Wilmore. When is the Dangerous Camp UTs going to drop? Looking forward to it. And that's Justin. So I'm going to film it tomorrow, Justin. So it'll be next Friday's video. Brian, have you considered challenge like a Temu camping gear challenge? I have. It's just I just haven't done it yet. I have tons of ideas that I want to do, but just haven't done them yet. Maybe she was a ghost. Stacy, I don't think she was a ghost. I don't know. I'm not 100% on that, but Ken says the bridge was good too. The bridge camp was really crazy. Honestly, didn't sleep hardly at all. I may not even have fallen asleep, honestly. I can't remember. I don't go back and watch the videos after I post them because I spend so much time editing them and stuff. But I can't remember if I even went to sleep. But it was fun. At the same time, it was really scary. But like I said, it's kind of an adrenaline rush when I get out there and I'm like, oh, I've done it. Like once I get there in the spot, it's a huge relief too. Wendy says, hey, Todd. Hey, Wendy. Lost in Wax. I know about Town Creek. Used to drive through there to visit my family in the Shoals. Now, Town Creek's really pretty. Jerry, water tower would be nice. That would be cool. I'll tell you a quick story about water towers. When I was 16, I actually got arrested for trying to climb one. There was, it was by an apartment complex, and I guess they had just built it, and there was still heavy machinery there. And I got on one of the, what was it? Might have been a bulldozer. No, I think it was some kind of crane. But anyways, the key was in it, and I just kind of flipped the key on, and I wasn't expecting anything to happen, and it started right up. I got scared and jumped out. And then I guess there was some a police officer who lived in the apartment complex, and he heard it come on, and he came out, saw me, told me to stop, which I did, and they took me in. But the owner of the equipment didn't want to press charges, so I didn't get charged with trespassing or anything. They let me go. I was just a dumb teenager, but I guess I never really grew out of that. Is that a Manning jersey? No, James, that is from the the Beast Games TV show. I was number 15 in that show for about 30 seconds in the first episode, and then I was eliminated immediately. So I hope I'm not missing anything here. Justin says, be safe. I try. Yeah, they had those logs with a star in it at Lowe's. That's where Tony got it from. Hey, CNA Adventure. Daniel, you were out scouting some stealth spots in San Diego. Oh, man. I bet there's tons of places around there. I'm kind of out, in just a small town, so I couldn't imagine the kind of, I don't know, though. I'm sure the population there is probably filling in every empty spot you can think of. I mean, it might be kind of hard to find a secluded stealth camping spot there. Kurt, gonna hang out as long as I can, but the leaves are playing. Brian, thank you for turning me on to Mountain House meals. Yeah, so far, people say they're the worst ones of the freeze-dried meals, but I've liked every one of them. The what was it I ate last? I think the stir fry, was it? That one wasn't as good as most of them, but it was still good. I still ate the whole thing. Just compared to the other ones, it wasn't one of my favorites. James, you should go stealth camp in Tony's backyard. Me and Sam from the Northwest Wind actually joked around about that because Tony's having the meetup May 24th in Knoebels amusement park in Pennsylvania. And I was like, oh, we should go stealth camp in Tony's house while he's gone. We've also talked about sneaking into Steve's yard and stealth camping there, but I was just a joke. I would never really do that. Which one of your posted videos did you enjoy doing the most? So far, the most fun I've had, I think, was, well, actually, Tony was the video we just posted with Tony. That was my most fun I've ever had. But as far as stealth camps go, I want to say the Dollar General video was the funnest because I was going dumpster diving, so that gave me stuff to do, and it was just all around exciting. I had that. I know it didn't look like it on the video, but that guy who walked out, he had to have saw me, and he was out there for a while. Lots of times I only show you little pieces because if I just showed you all the footage, it would be hours long. But he was out there for a while walking around, so I was just laying back in the leaves like that for a long time, and it was scary at the moment. When he left, it was pretty exciting. So I think that's the funnest stealth camp I've done. So many cool spots. You have to come here. Maybe we can stealth together. Oh, for sure, Daniel. If I ever make it out there to the West Coast, I will definitely link up with you. It's that's kind of like my ultimate goal would be to, if I could ever do stealth camping full time and didn't have to work. We're full-time RVers, so we can travel anywhere we want. And I would love just to go state to state, just doing stealth camps in every state. I think that would be really fun. Tony says you got a whole case of Alabama dumpster water. I did. I still have some too. DKV says, where do you source your non-copyright audio and what do you use to edit? Camera preference. So I have begun just using the audio from the YouTube website, YouTube Studio website, all that. And you can sort their music by copyright free. And that's what I use straight from YouTube. That way there's never any question. Tony's had some problems with some of his audio. And even though he bought the license to it, people can still just claim the audio. And then you have to go through a whole process, like 30-day process, just to prove that you have the right to use it. and I just don't want to take that chance with anything. So I just use the audio straight from the YouTube Studio website. I use DaVinci Resolve to edit with. It's really complicated. Like you could do CGI and all kinds of stuff on there probably, but I just do the most basic, cutting and editing just to get my videos out there. And for camera, now I'm using the DJI Pocket 3, and I don't know if I don't have it with me right now. I would show it to you, but it's really nice because it has um, act or is it called active track? But it will track you, so I can move around, and the camera will be on the tripod, and it will literally move itself around uh, and track me. So I'm free to move around and stuff. I really like it. Before that, I was using a Canon M50, and it's one of the big cameras with a big lens. And we actually bought that for taking pictures and stuff like 7 or 8 years ago. But then when I started doing this, I just started using that. But I really love the Pocket 3 because it's very small too, and it's great for stealth camps. Let's see if I missed anything. Let me scroll down here. Oh yeah, I think I did. Let's see. Do you think your wife would ever go stealth camping with you? That big one, Ken. So she actually did go with me during the railroad tracks stealth camp. She just didn't want to be on camera. I think she is a little bit though in the beginning, but I don't know if she really wants to do like a risky stealth camp. And honestly, like when she went with me that night, it's a little harder to do because then I'm not just worrying about myself. I'm feeling kind of protective, and I have to watch out for her. When I just go by myself, then I only have to worry about me, and I can just do whatever I want. And maybe I would probably be a lot more safe with when I'm with her, though. So let's see. Stacy says, I'm getting up at Mountaintop early in the morning. It's nice to see you doing so well. Congratulations. Thank you, Stacy. Mountaintop, for you guys who don't know, Stacy is local to me. It is a flea market, a huge flea market. CNA says, got to have that dumpster water for sure. Colin, I miss the frequency of videos that Steve used to put out. Yeah, I wish, anytime Steve puts out a video, I'm happy to watch it. The more, the better, but he's got a lot of stuff going on, a new girlfriend, so he's got bigger things than YouTube these days. It's been through your anger emotion the last few years, to be fair. Yeah. Did you ever feel like you might be in danger while stealth camping? No, I've never really felt in danger. I've been scared. Anytime I hear random noises in the woods, that kind of scares me. And it's not really about the animals. I get afraid that there's just like another human out there. So when I did the funeral home stealth camp, I did come across someone, and I thought he was an employee in the back of the store, which was dumb in my part because it was 10 o'clock at night. Why would there be an employee back there? But I thought it'd be funny if I could get him on camera. And of course, if you watch that video, he caught me. And he was like, "Are you filming me?" And I didn't have a story in mind either, so I just told him. I was like, "Nah, and he asked me if I was a cop, but I was like, I was just making a YouTube video. I told him what I did, and I just talked to the guy. He seemed like a perfectly nice guy, homeless. He did say he had warrants. That's why, and he asked me not to use any of the footage, so I just used that little bit of footage when he was coming by on the bike. That way, you couldn't really see who he was. But after I got back to camp, it's all I could think about. It's like, oh, what if this guy goes and has some buddies or something? I had my little DJI camera. That thing cost like $600. He saw that. What if he would to come back and try and rob me or something like that? So I couldn't. That's all I could think about. And I didn't want to sit there all night long just sitting in my tent, not sleeping or anything else. That seemed kind of pointless to me, which I don't think the guy would have. He might be watching this right now. I don't know. But that was the only time I was like really kind of nervous. So I ended up leaving. That's the only time I've left a camp too. And it was really just to the point where, like, if he did come back, am I willing to, like, get in an altercation over this, and not really. I don't want to put myself at risk like that. So I just kind of took the L on that one and left. But that's really the only time where I was even really nervous. as far as getting hurt or something like that. Sorry, that was a way longer explanation than I meant to do. uh, Rick says, you and Tony both have got to come to Tennessee. I know some great places to camp. So I will actually be in Tennessee. I'm not sure when, but I have two different friends who live in Tennessee, and I'm going to do a stealth camp with one of them, and then me and another friend are going to go kayaking and camping, and I'll make a video out of that as well. Not being Iron Band says copyright strikes are a real pain in the butt. Oh, Randy, thank you so much for that. So Randy just donated, and that blows my mind when people like send me stuff or donate money because I was telling Tony about this. It's like, on one hand, I actually need it because right now I haven't talked about this, but usually we're full-time RVers, so we will go travel and we do different jobs. That's why I lived in Minnesota for 2 years. That's why I was in New Hampshire last summer. And right now, because I'm doing YouTube and I'm really enjoying this, it's kind of taking off. So I want to commit to it. We're not traveling right now. And so I'm just kind of doing like Walmart deliveries and stuff, Spark delivery, just to make some money. So I'll have time to film these videos. So the donations and everything really, really help. It makes it possible. Because if I had a full-time job, it would be very hard for me to keep up with the weekly uploads. So thank you, Randy, for that. I appreciate that so much. And thank you, Kelsey. She donated too. Kelsey is my niece. Thank you for that. Okay, I lost my spot over here. What do you prefer, hot weather or cold weather camping? It gets 104 plus Fahrenheit here in Australia. I don't prefer either one, but I hate the cold. I really hate being cold. But I guarantee I'm going to hate being hot this summer. It's been a few years since I've been in the South during the summer, and it gets 100 Fahrenheit here too. With the humidity too, it just feels like you're living in hot soup. So if I had to pick, though, I would rather camp when it's hot. Even though that doesn't make sense because you can put on layers in the cold and then take them off as needed. If it's hot, you're kind of just hot. There's not really much you can do about it. You live in an RV. Yes, Cobra, we live in an RV. Are you going to do live stealth camps? At some point, I would like to go live during a stealth camp. It just has to make sense because a lot of times I wouldn't be able to pay attention to it because I'm just like, aware of my surroundings, afraid someone could walk up. So I don't know how it would come across if it would be interesting. Like say the U-Haul stealth camp I did, that would have been a good one to go live because there was no fear really. If someone in the parking lot would have come up and knocked on the door, then I would have just said, hold on, someone's here. But most of the time I'm out camping in a tent in the woods or something, or right next to a business. So it'd be kind of hard to do a stealth camp during one of those. Oh, I clicked on something. DKB says, thank you so much for the detailed answers. You're welcome. I don't know how to make stuff short, guys. I'm sorry. Kurt Tavener. I've been telling Chris from Blot Outdoors to do a North American trip and collab with some stealth campers this side of the pond. Would make for a few funny camps. That would make for a funny camp. I can't. Blot says so much stuff. I can. Sometimes I can hardly understand it. Oh gosh, I think I'm getting behind, guys. Across the Beard says, absolutely love your quirky and funny style. Thank you. Iron Band says, if you will be in Colorado near Gunnison this summer, you may have to go get a beer or soda. That would be great, Iron Band. I don't have any plans to be up that way, but you never know. Hello, funky Uncle John. Jagger, that's my son. Hey, Jagger. Love you, buddy. Iron Band says, I feel you, man. Donations, paid subs feels weird. Don't know quite why. I mean, it does feel weird because it's like I'm asking people just to give me money, and that I would never want to do that, you know. So it's I don't know. It's kind of hurts my pride a little bit, I think. Hey, hey, mom. My mom's watching. Everyone say hey to my mom. Snick Tall, first 500. Bob, would you travel and stealth camp in southern Indiana? I live here in Evansville. I would love to. I want to eventually go to every state and do a stealth camp. That's like my ultimate goal, really. Vicky, tell your wife we'd love to see her in some of your videos. Can't wait. Oh, I lost it. Where'd it go? Tell your wife I'd love to see her in some of your videos. Can't wait to see your next one. Karika, if you're still watching this, people want to see you in the videos. You tell her, guys, maybe she'll do it. It seems to be a theme with stealth campers, though. Their wives never want to be a part of it. And I get that because you have to put yourself out there and in front of people. And I get, rude comments all the time, mostly about my ears usually. But that doesn't really bother me because I'm used to it. But, I would never try and force her to do that if she didn't want to. Are you from Minnesota? No, Drew, I'm not from Minnesota, but I did live there for a few years. I'm from Alabama originally, and that's where I'm at right now. I worked at DigiKey in Thief River Falls, if you've ever heard of that. Greg says, congratulations on 5,000s. Remember, stay stealthy. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate that, brother. Ken, have you ever thought about doing a bushcraft camping video where you make a shelter for the night? Yes, absolutely. I have thought about that. I will do that at some point this summer. And there are places, there's national forests and all kinds of things like that up here that I could do some bushcrafting in. I'm just not a bushcrafter, though. So it's not like you're not going to be learning anything from me. That's for sure. I may not even survive the night. Set up a buy me a coffee link. So, Kitchen Witch. I do have a buy me the coffee link, and I don't think I put it in the description of this video, but I usually put it in the description in the description of my videos. And I do have a membership here. It's called the Champion Tribe. Tony is my only member, and and I've just never talked about it because it felt like we're talking about the wish list and the buy me a coffee link. It's like, I don't want to just keep piling stuff on, right? But I would actually probably prefer people join the membership because it's only $3 a month, and on there like I can post a few extra videos, like short videos and stuff for the members, and then it feels like I'm at least giving you something for that $3 a month. But yeah, I have a membership. Feel free to join, guys, if you want. I probably should have talked about it a lot sooner, but I haven't. Thank you, Tony, for becoming my first member. Very sweet of your niece. Yes, James, that was very sweet of her. Thank you again, Kelsey. Going live during stealth camp might be bad if people try to find you. Yes, that's another thing, Daniel. I don't want to give away my location, and I know a few people are local to me. I talked to some of them, and I'm not worried about them, but there's definitely probably some people that I don't speak with that are local, and I do not want anyone trying to find me and like messing with me or something during the camp. Lost in Wax. How do you feel about that Steve Wallace comment? Which one? He has actually commented on a few of my videos. I get excited every time he comments. It really blows my mind because obviously Steve is someone that I get great inspiration from. I've been watching him for years and years and years. So it's pretty crazy to know that he's at least watched me in some capacity. We're all kind of like the offspring of Steve in the stealth camping community. That came off a little strange, but you get my point. Kitchen Witch just joined the Champion Tribe. Thank you so much for that. I think you're my second member, so thanks. Did you put a hammock up on your wish list? I did. I put the hammock that Tony uses. Oh, and I wanted to clarify something. In that video, I was talking about the subscribers gave me all that gear. They did, except for that hammock. They didn't give me that hammock because I didn't want that to come across as me saying, oh, someone bought me this crappy hammock. I bought that. I even talk about it in a video, I think. But I bought that off Facebook Marketplace for like $10 or $15. And it's just not really built for real camping, you know. I think it's more one of those hammocks like you kind of lounge around in your backyard in or something. But yeah, I will eventually get the one that Tony uses. It's like a whole system and it has the buckles and everything, and I don't know how to explain it properly, but it just goes up on the trees so quick. Like if you're doing a stealth camp in the woods, you could be set up in that hammock within 5 minutes and there's no adjusting things. You just pull these buckles and it tightens right up. It's really amazing. Tony taught me so much about hammocks. I didn't even know there was so much stuff that goes on with hammocks. You know, in my mind, I just thought you tie them to a tree and that's it, but no. John White, I love your videos. I'm sick and in the hospital. You lift me up. Oh, man. Thank you so much for that, John. I hope you pull through whatever you're going through, brother, and I hope you feel better. I love comments like that. I think it's Nancy. I don't know if she's on here now, but she watches my videos when she does her chemo. Daniel told me that him and his boys watch my videos when they're camping. Things like that are just so great, man. It makes me feel so good inside when I hear stuff like that. Randy Miller. I've tried the join button on YouTube, but it just hasn't worked. I have no idea, Randy. Yeah, I'm not sure how it works either. Like I said, I'm so new to all this. I'm just not real familiar with the how to join the membership either. I'll look more into it though, so I can have a better answer. Stacy says, I'm going to come find you. Sorry, I would never. Stacy, I'm not worried about you finding me. Rick Woods, and I get paid Friday, so I'm joining up. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate that, buddy. Kitchen Witch says, yay, Tony, steak, bacon, butter. Yeah, that steak was delicious that Tony cooked us. The scuttle just wasn't getting hot enough because it was like 30-something degrees Fahrenheit out there. And so he ended up just throwing that thing right on the log, cooked up pretty well, pretty quick. Oh, no. I keep scrolling down too far, guys, and then I have to go back up and find out where I was. West Coast Wild Camper says, dude, your videos are awesome. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Hello from Scotland. I love watching your videos. I live in RVs all my life. Don't worry about the rude comments. Some mothers do have them. Thank you, Alexander. I try not to worry about it. Sometimes it gets to me, but you know, I just have to brush it off because there's nothing. And I have engaged with a few of those, but I try not to. Yeah, like the ones about physical appearance and stuff, they don't bother me so much because, you know, I would love to see what these people look like in real life. You know, they're not out there putting themselves in front of the camera. So, and I'll tell you another group of people is the Steve Wallace fans. It's not because of him, but some of his fans are very protective of Steve, I think. And they will comment like, who do you think you are? You're not Steve. And things like that. But I don't really usually respond to stuff like that. How do we join the tribe? I want to join. So I think I put a link in the description of this video. Honestly, don't know how to check and see. I'm afraid to click on anything. Oh, you know what? No. Okay. I just put, well, I tried to put a link in the comments just now. I don't know if it worked out correct or not. You guys let me know. Stacy says, I love Steve. We all love Steve, Stacy. John White says, love your videos, Tony. Olivia Porter. Hey, friend, been watching Steve forever. It's been fun to see you doing it now. Hey, Olivia, how are you doing? Thanks for watching me as well. Randy Miller. Randy says, Tony used the word genuine in the video I watched last night. That is what it is for me. Your genuineness is what keeps me watching. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. I just tell people, like, I go out and I do these camps and I just film myself, and I'm not doing anything special, because some people ask me, why do my videos get more views than other people's? And I don't know, honestly. And I just go out and film myself. I'm just who I am, and I think people kind of resonate with it. Okay. Red Hawk Outdoors, hello from Ohio. Loving your vids. Thank you. Thank you, Red Hawk. That hammock is slick. Thinking of getting some for mine versus the daisy chain. Yes. Yeah, the ones that Tony have are so much better than the daisy chains hammock straps. I didn't know there was a different type of strap until until Tony showed me. So Colin Prime. Steve is the first stealth camper I watched. My favorite is still his roundabout one. I think he did two, but the first was my favorite. Yeah. Yeah. Steve's obviously the first one I watched as well. I think he created the whole genre. So I do have a roundabout camp planned for some point. Just haven't done it yet. And there's not any roundabouts close to me. So I have to go out and find one. Or I did find one. I had to go out and find one. Celtic Lightning. You ever think of perimeter alarms, something to warn you ahead of time when you're camping alone? I would never camp in a strange area without a perimeter set up. That's a good idea. I haven't ever thought about that, but that is a good idea. Maybe I'll just tie a bell to a string up to 2 trees, and then that's the redneck perimeter alarm. eGolf 67. If I'm saying that wrong, eGolf, is that how you say that? They just joined the Campin tribe. Thank you so much for joining up, buddy. I'm going to post some, it won't be like full length 40-minute videos for the members, but it'll probably just be like some behind the scenes videos during the camp, things like that. Oh. Hello, West Coast Wild Campers. Daniel joined the Campin tribe. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate that, buddy. Daniel actually sent me that big table that I used in the funeral home stealth camp, and he said his son picked it out. I want to say it was Caden that picked it out. I know Caden and Presley, but I think it was Caden who you said picked that out. I really like that table. Norman Benfield. Hey, from South Carolina. Hey, Norman. Mitchell. What's your absolute dream location to camp? Geez, I don't know. A dream location. I don't know. Maybe in the flame of the Statue of Liberty. Something like that would be my absolute dream location. Something crazy. Oh, gosh. I'm getting behind on comments. Tim Huff, I know you said you didn't want to be known for forgetting stuff on your trips, but I look forward to seeing what you forgot, like the Dollar General camp and forgetting the tent. I cracked up. I know. Yeah, ask Tony. I forgot so much stuff just for this regular camping trip that me and him did. One time I set my camera down and forgot where I put it. Like I told him, I think I may have like early onset dementia or something. I just have a horrible memory. I even make lists for my camps, I make a list and I will literally forget to check it. If it wasn't for Karika being like, "Did you remember this? Did you remember this?" I would be in a much worse position. And then obviously you guys have seen, sometimes she still has to bring me stuff. John White, your voice is so calm. I appreciate that. Daniel says, can't wait to see Tony and Todd. So Daniel said he can't wait to see Tony's video to see who truly won the chugging contest. I'll be honest, he won. It wasn't by much though, and I'm pretty sure that he's been practicing for years just to defeat me in a water chug. He even crushed his bottle at the end. And if you watch any people who chug stuff really fast, like water, they always do that. So I think he's a ringer. I think someone brought him in just to beat me. H2O Bubble says, greatly enjoy your personality on your videos. You're obviously a really good guy. Keep doing what you're doing. I see a successful journey. Happy camping. Thank you, H2O. I appreciate that. Master X, late to the game. Glad I showed up. Glad you're here. Okay, I'm going to get this name wrong. I'm going to try it though. Is it Toyotero Mundal? Hello from Santiago de Chile. You make great videos. Thank you. I'm not going to try to say it again. I think I probably got close though. CNA Adventure says, I love being a mod for the 2.0. I love being part of the family for sure. See, I don't even know how the mod thing works. I'll have to figure that out. So I guess you can make someone a moderator and then they can like moderate the chat or something. I'm not 100% sure how all that works. Norman, Hyphen, South Carolina. Oh, dang it. Lost my spot again. Texhoma Metal Detectors. David Finley says, hey, brother, like your humor in your videos. Thanks, buddy. Jerry says, great seeing Steve finding someone after everything that has happened to him. Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't imagine going through what he did. I probably, yeah, people like someone earlier was saying, I wish he'd put out more videos, but we're honestly lucky he even still makes videos after everything that he went through. Also, his new girlfriend is from Georgia, so we both have Southern belles now. Jason Dennison says, you want view stealth camp on Hoggins Bridge at the Masters in Augusta, Georgia. I'm going to type that in my phone right now so I don't forget, and I will look into it. Hoggins Bridge. Okay. Let's see. James Umla says, hoping to make it at Tony's meetup. Yeah, for sure. I mentioned in the video, but Tony from Random Adventures 2.0 has a meetup May the 24th at Knoebels Amusement Park. It's in Pennsylvania. I can't remember the name of the city. Maybe Tony will mention it in the chat if he's still here, but it's Knoebels Amusement Park. And there's going to be me, Tony, Sam from the Northwest Wind says he'll be there. Who else? I think Hammock Mountain. Is that right? Said he's going to be there. There's going to be a lot of camping YouTubers there. So it'll be a great time if you can make it up there. Definitely do that. Greg Petros, lost it. Says, remember the haters will always hate. We love your unique style. Keep it up. Thanks, Greg. Dallas Cowboy says the champion is here. Colin Prime says, I think I would beat you and Tony in a water jug contest. Oh, wow. We've been challenged, Tony. I'm practicing, so I'm just going to keep getting better and better. Jagger, that's my son, says, "Hi, Tony." I just heard Jagger laugh from the other bedroom too. Ken Harrington, if you oh, I lost it again. If you or Tony ever come to Iowa, I know of some spots. That would be great. Like I said, eventually, if I ever make it to where I can just do this full time, I want to go to every single state and do a stealth camp. Okay, I think I am all caught up on the chat. Robert says, "Love the video with Tony. If I missed anything and you're still here and I haven't answered your question, please feel free to put it in the chat because I lost my spot a bunch of times. So, well, guys, I think I have caught up with the chat. If anyone has anything else to ask me, oh, here we go. CNA Adventure. Oh, she's just explaining the how to make someone the moderator. Okay. Ken Harrington says we have great sweet corn and tenderloins. Zoe Crow says, enjoy your videos. You and Steve are really the ones I watch. I enjoy the channel. Thank you. Francis, Augusta is not far from me. It's crazy out there. Well, I'm going to look that bridge up. Zoko, come on over to Nashville. I will be close to Nashville. I have a friend who lives out there. And I'm going to camp with him at some point this summer. What do you, Ken Harrington, what do you do about going to the bathroom while camping? Well, honestly, most of the time I just pee in the woods. And that's other than the one video. If you go watch my corn maze video, you'll see only once have I ever had to do anything other than pee. And I usually don't drink coffee while I'm out either because I don't want to have to go to the bathroom out there. So I try to mitigate that as much as possible. Other situations, sometimes I have to pee in a bottle. I don't know if that's too much information, but I camped. Ricky says I camped in Birmingham National Forest, Alabama. It's the worst. Alabama is the worst to camp in the summer. I know. It's so hot. Tony from Random Adventure says the Masters are going on right now. Carl Simpson, no water chugging for me. I like mine cold. Brain freeze would get me. So me and Tony made sure that our bottles of water were not cold. That way we could chug them really fast. Norman Benfield. My name is Noah, and I'm on my grandpa's phone, and we watch you all the time. Where is the greatest place you have gone? Well, hey, Noah, thanks for watching. Greatest. I think most exciting for me would probably be the bridge stealth camp because that one was really something I'd been wanting to do for a long time, and I kind of had to work myself up to do it. So that was the most exciting for me, for sure. Jason Dennison says Hogan's bridge hole number. I don't know what that means. Gene Dutton. Gene, he lives in Georgia. He says, what is your first memory of camping ever? Parents, grandpa, etc., etc. Yeah, just with my parents. And it's actually at that spot we were just at in Town Creek in Gunnersville, Alabama. We used to go there a lot when I was a kid with my aunts and uncles. It was just tent camping. I do believe my aunt and uncle had a small pop-up camper though. Cerebral Palsy Gamer. Hello, my friend. Hey, Jay, how are you doing? Cerebral Palsy Gamer has a YouTube channel, and me and Sam from the Northwest Wind actually did an interview with him. We talked for, I want to say, almost 2 hours. So go check that out. Yeah, Tony's video of me and him will be out this coming Thursday at 6 p.m. Robert Timon Sr. Yeah, the bridge camp video is my best as well. So I hear someone in my house listening to my live stream, and I can hear myself behind behind me. Ken Harrington, where does your accent come from? Never heard Steve pronounced so well. I'm from North Alabama, so I guess from Alabama. I was telling Tony the other night when I lived in Minnesota. In the beginning, I had just my normal accent, but after a couple of years, I was like, "Oh, it's nice talking to you, buddy." I think I may have a mixture of northern and Minnesota accent. I don't know. Nebram, you have beautiful teeth. Thank you. K Drama 59. How do you find the best places to stealth camp? So, a lot of times it's just I'm driving down the road and I see somewhere that I think is cool, and other times I will just pull out Google Maps and I will just look around for spots. Most of the time, there's something I have in mind though. Like, I want to give an example, but I don't want to uh, ruin any upcoming stealth camps. But lots of times, if I don't just notice it by driving, then I'll have a place or a thing in mind that I want to do, and then I will start. Like for example, I wanted to do a police station. I haven't found one yet, so I've went and looked just like within 100-mile radius of myself. I'll look at police stations on Google Maps, zoom in to see if there's like woods or bushes or something that I think may be viable. Hey, Hammock Mountain. Glad you're here, buddy. Hammock Mountain is a YouTuber as well. He does lots of stealth camps, so you can check him out. And he will be at the get together next month as well. Daniel says, I thought the echo was in my house. It's in yours. Yeah, it is in my house. I don't know if someone is out there standing by my door or what. Custom storyteller, come to North Carolina. I will eventually. Well, I don't want to give it away, but me and Tony just talked about another camp in North Carolina. It would be very risky, though. C. Edwards, L. Bentley, hi, champ. Always enjoy your videos. The bridge is awesome. Thank you. Everyone is saying hello to Hammock Mountain. One wind hammocks are the best. Is that what you have, Tony? The one wind hammock? Whatever Tony had was great. I laid in it, tried it out. It was really nice. I lost my spot. Been watching you from the beginning. Been watching you from the beginning. Oh, sorry, Michael. Been watching you from the beginning. Congratulations, man. I really like your channel. Thanks. Have you ever thought of traveling to upstate New York to go camping? So, I've been through upstate New York a lot, but not since I've been doing the YouTube videos. Well, I take that back. I did make 2 videos last year, and then we had a job in New Hampshire. So we traveled up there, and then I got cast in the Beast Games TV show. So I kind of just left the YouTube thing on the back burner. And then when I got back here, I decided like this year that I really wanted to put an effort towards doing this full time. And since November, I've uploaded every week, and that's what I'm doing. But I wasn't in that mindset when I went through upstate New York. Last year, I would love to do some camping out there, though. It's so beautiful. Mm, you should camp overnight in a haunted house. uh, I don't know where any haunted houses are, and how do I know they're even really haunted until I'm in there, I guess. If you have any in mind, let me know. Have you ever been to Sloss Furnace? Rick, yes, I have. So if you don't know, Sloss Furnace is a oh, is that what you mean? Is that what y'all mean by haunted house? Like a Halloween haunted house, or do you mean like a for real haunted house? But anyways, so Sloss Furnace is a haunted house in Birmingham, Alabama. Huge haunted house, and by haunted house I mean like where actors are in there and you pay to go through it and they scare you and stuff. Hammock Mountain Todd, maybe you can try my chameleon out while we're in PA. Yeah, I'd love to do that. Mitchell McCarthy, what are your thoughts on hot tents? Camping in the cold with wood stove looks so comforting and cozy. I've never been in a hot tent, so I don't know. It gets cold here in Alabama, but it doesn't really snow a whole lot. And most of the time when I'm camping, it's not somewhere where I could set up a huge hot tent like that. And if the majority of my videos are stealth camps too, so Kelsey, thank you again. Stop doing that. Oh, from Papa. From my dad. Well, thank you guys. Yeah. So Edward Bentley, C. Edwards L. Bentley. Hey, champ. Probably need to be careful about snakes where you are. Yeah, for sure. Tons of snakes out here. I hate snakes too. I'll probably have to be a lot more careful now that it's getting warm and they're starting to come out. But yeah, that's definitely a concern. Are your teeth real? That you don't have to answer. So my teeth are veneers. Uh, I never really talked about it, but I used to have really bad teeth, and I got them fixed. And I do think I went a little too white because I was thinking like, this is going to be forever, and they're probably going to get yellow and stuff from drinking coffee and everything. But they haven't, and they've been this way for years and years. So, and you guys can ask me anything. I'm a pretty open book. Oh wow, we still have 82 people watching. I thought there wasn't anyone watching anymore because the chat has slowed down a little bit. Jesse Warden says, "Bro, you really need to come to Tennessee. Cookeville is only an hour east of Nashville, and awesome campgrounds and state parks. For real though, brother, come on up." I think I've been in Cookeville before. I used to be a truck driver, and I want to say that I used to do some deliveries in Cookeville. Hammock Mountain. Do you drink Yoo-Hoo? Yeah, I love Yoo-Hoo. It's delicious. Kind of expensive though. Nebrum, I would invite you to Louisiana, but lots of snakes and alligators here. Yeah, for sure. Ken Baxter, howdy from Australia. Hey Ken, Ken Harrigan, what kind of truck driver? So I was a long haul. My first truck driving job was for Western Express. They're basically known as I think one of the worst truck driving companies to work for. But most of my deliveries were, actually, all of my deliveries were all East Coast. Uh, Sean, hey there now. Hey, Sean. The 82 viewers, you were worried no one would show up. I was worried about that. I was worried no one would be here and I would just kind of be um, talking to myself. Gene says, how was the pizza grilled cheese sandwich you made behind the Walmart? I think I made the pizza grilled cheese in the mill. I want to say that I'm pretty sure it was at the mill, but it was delicious. Or was that at TJ Maxx? I'm sorry, I have a really bad memory. I think it was at the mill though, and it's freaking delicious. That's something I make at home with a hot sandwich maker. I just put bread or buttered bread, then mozzarella cheese, pepperoni, more mozzarella cheese, and then I cook it like a regular grilled cheese. Hammock Mountain says, I will try to find a couple so I can challenge you to a Yoo-Hoo chug when we're in PA. I'm calling you. Oh, that's fine. I think I could drink Yoo-Hoo faster than I can water. For some reason I'm always choking here lately when I'm chugging water. Somebody told me that dumpster water was lumpy. So that might be why. James Full, I work for a freight broker in Oregon. You ever need a load, hit me up. Well, I don't have my CDLs anymore, or I would. I've never mentioned this, but I've done so much stuff. Oh, I wish I had a picture. I used to be a real estate agent for like a year. I've been a truck driver. That's one of the reasons I really like kind of the RV life, because I get to travel around and do different jobs, and I'm not just like stuck in one job for years and years and years. But that also has a lot of negatives too, meaning I don't have health insurance and things like that. But my dad worked the same job for over 40 years, so we couldn't be any different in that aspect. But man, I just kind of, I don't know, kind of like a gypsy. I think I hate to be tied down to something just nonstop. I just really hate it. But and I would love for YouTube to be my job one day, but I think that's pretty far. That's pretty far off. Daniel, that was my lumpy water comment. I think you were right, buddy. Zocro, I'm always looking for good delivery drivers should the need arise. Dave Martin, you're the most entertaining camper I've ever watched. Don't tell anybody I said this, but even more entertaining than the pioneer stealth camping YouTuber. Congrats on the growth of your channel. Thank you, Dave. I really appreciate that. Ken says Yoo-Hoo is chocolate milk powder and water. Oh, maybe I'll just start making my own then. Rick Wilson says love cheese of all kinds. Hammock Mountain dumpster water is bad. Have you ever tried dumpster water? You need to try Alabama dumpster water. Maybe you're just drinking the wrong stuff. Hammock Mountain. The water did burn the back of my throat. I was a little worried. I'm not going to lie. That morning, after me and Tony camped, my throat hurt a little bit too. But I don't think it was the dumpster water. I've been drinking that water for weeks now. Jesse Warden, subscribed as soon as I watched the video where you camped under the bridge. Got in around 1K subs and have been telling everyone I know that watches Steve's channel, check yours out. I appreciate that, Jesse. Cerebral Palsy Gamer, would you ever come out to California? I would love to come to California. I just haven't been able to. I don't have the money to just travel places just to travel. Everywhere I go, it's because I have a job there. So that's really the only way I can afford to travel. So, but we were looking for something out west for our next job. But then I started doing the YouTube channel, and we just decided to stay here in Alabama. And eventually, like I said, if I'm ever able to actually make money doing this, then I would love to travel and just go to different states making videos. Dennis Christensen, hi from Pittsburgh. Hey, Dennis. Timothy Davis, congratulations. Thank you, Tim. Speed Trout Guy, just dropping in to give you a little support. I enjoy your videos. The water chugging cracks me up. I'm a truck driver also. I haul live fish. Oh wow. I don't I don't know if I've ever heard of anyone hauling live fish before. My comment from my dad. He says, proud that you haven't done the same job for as long as I did, and that you're out enjoying your life and making the most of it. Thanks, Dad. Ken Harrigan, make a shirt for merch that says dumpster water. That's a good idea. I'll have to look into how to do that. Simple Outdoors, hi champ. Love the channel. You're so genuine and down to earth. Great success on the channel growth. Thank you, Simple Outdoors. Chris Cotter says hello. Hey Chris. Francis, that's my mother, says you need to make some Camping with Champion shirts. I will eventually. Uh, I just don't know how to do all that stuff yet. Joe P says, congrats on the 5,000 subs. Love the channel. Thank you, Joe. Jody Barlow, popping in to say how refreshing your videos are. You are genuine. Nice to know really real family men exist still. Thank you for that, Jody. I really appreciate it. Justin W., what is your day job? So right now, I'm just doing Spark delivery. That's delivering groceries for Walmart because it's really the only job I can do to where I have the freedom to still go out and make the videos. If I get back to a full-time regular job, obviously I can't just like leave to go to Tony's thing next month. And um, there was a possibility that I was going to be on season 2 of the Beast Games or do another Mr. Beast video. So I kind of wanted to have my schedule open for that too. So that's what I'm doing right now. And so far, we're able to make it on that, but there may come a time when I just have to go back to a full-time work schedule. James Ford Live Fish Reefer Tanker. Ken Baxter says, same Chris, the bridge camp got me. First video I seen and subbed right away. Daniel says, I'll buy a Camping with Champion dumpster water shirt. I told Tony I would like to make real dumpster water, like real bottles of water that with the labels that says Alabama dumpster water. I think that would be hilarious. Chris Cotter, you have some cool parents. Thank you, Chris. Kelsey Cameron says, Karika, looks like you're in charge for merch. You guys were talking about steaks. It kills me to see someone get theirs well done. Well, once we threw it on the fire, that was kind of the only way it was getting cooked was well done. James says, better to chug water than booze. Yeah, absolutely. I can't handle chugging booze anymore. I've drank my fair share of beer, believe me, but I'm about to be 41 and I just cannot handle alcohol like I used to. It takes me like 2 days to get over drinking now. So Hammock Mountain says, got to jump out of here. Those trout won't clean themselves. Congrats on 5K. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by, buddy. Mitchell, I definitely look into a line of merch. Fantastic way to support the channel. So many YouTubers I watch say that it's the best thing for the channel. Plus lets you have a creative outlet. Yeah, I'll definitely look into it for sure. Michael Burnett, love your channel, man. You and Steve Walsh should do a stealth camp together. Tell Steve that. I would love to do that. That was kind of a bucket list thing. Chris Cotter, please tell us more about what camps you have planned for the future. Man, see, I would love to, but it's like, I just don't want to give it away. And there's some ideas I have for like where I'd actually have to build stuff, and I just don't want to say it because it will kind of ruin and not only would it kind of ruin the surprise, but also if I'm unable to do that, I feel like now that I put it out there, I would be obligated. And sometimes there's some stuff that I have planned that just may not work out. Like there's some stuff at events that are happening. Um, see, I don't want to say too much about this either. There's some stuff about like with events that happen once a year, right? And I would like to do a stealth camp at that event. So if I were to tell you about that right now, uh, someone could rat me out or something like that, and then I wouldn't be able to do it. And it's really risky, so I may not be able to pull it off anyways. So that's one of the reasons I don't really just come right out and say exactly what I'm going to do. I'll order the water by the flat if you make it. That will be all I offer when I camp or have barbecues. Well, I'll let you know, Daniel. Speed the trout guy, haul fish in aerated tanks from hatchery to hatchery, stocking locations. That's really cool. That makes sense because at the campground I worked at Moose Hill Lock up in New Hampshire, they have a stocked trout pond there too. I guess I never just thought about that. Dave Martin, you're definitely going to end up making money doing this. By this time next year, your channel will have exploded. I hope so. I don't ever like to get my hopes up too high. Already, the amount of subscribers I have is way like that was kind of. I think I told Karika like in a year I wanted to try and get to 10,000 subscribers, and that was kind of like shooting for the stars kind of goal for me. So getting 5,000 is already just so much more than I ever expected. So I don't want to get my hopes up too much because then I'll be disappointed if it doesn't happen. I'm just happy right now with what I have, and if that continues to grow, then that would be amazing. What is the greatest thing you did while stealth camping? So this is Noah again. I don't know. Greatest thing. Let me think. Greatest thing. See, I'm not sure exactly what you mean by greatest. Like funnest. Man, I don't know. I had a lot of fun doing the dumpster dive. I think I've already came back to that camp a few times, but I had a lot of fun doing the dumpster dive beside the Dollar General because sometimes, and you don't know this unless you go out there and do it, but sometimes you're doing a stealth camp and you're just sitting there for hours, just sitting there because there's times when you can't really make any noise or do anything. So when that store closed and I was able to like go dumpster diving, it's like a treasure hunt. That was really, really fun. But yeah, so don't show a lot of that, just sitting around. In not this week's video, but the one before that, where I camped on the cliff above the highway, you would have seen in there where I kind of snuck down to film those cops. But those cops were there for hours. I sat down there forever, and you only saw 20 seconds of that, but I sat down there forever just in case something happened, and then I snuck back up. But yeah, maybe the dumpster diving would be the greatest thing. I don't know. Dave Sam, big shout out to you, champ. Hello, bro. This is Smokey from CT. I've been to Connecticut once when I was a truck driver, but I didn't get to really explore it much or anything like that. But hey, Kelsey used corn husk. Oh my gosh. So Kelsey's referring to I don't even want to talk about it. The corn maze camp where I had to use some corn husks because I didn't have any toilet paper with me. Nancy, congratulations on the 5,000 subscribers. You have big and better things coming. Keep up the good work and have fun doing it. Stay safe. Thank you, Nancy, so much. Nancy, you've showed a lot of support for the channel since the beginning. I really, really appreciate it. Random adventures. Tony says, Kelsey, Todd, and I talked about different things around the campfire that made us both laugh. Yes. Nebrum, I'm guessing you would like magnet fishing. So I have done some magnet fishing, and I have a quick story I can share about that. I was working in Minnesota, and at the time I was staying at an RV park, and one of the guys who worked with me was staying in his RV, and he got really drunk, and I guess tried to talk to some girls at the RV park. They were locals, and their boyfriends were there, and they beat him up pretty bad, and they threw him in the lake, and then they threw his keys fell out. And they threw his keys in the lake. Then the cops came, and for some reason he got arrested. So he got beat up, he got arrested. But 2 days later, that was a Friday, so he couldn't get out of jail till Monday. When he got out of jail, I had a fishing magnet, and I had to go to work, but I let him borrow my fishing magnet so he could try and find his car keys that these guys threw in the lake. And when I came home from work, his camper was gone. Never saw the guy again, and he stole my magnet. So that was the end of my magnet fishing. It was a huge one too. It was like that big. I never found anything cool when I was magnet fishing though. Hey Nancy, thank you for joining the Campin tribe. I appreciate that. Kelsey says, between the corn husk, dumpster waters, and random dance moves, there's too many to pick from. Tim Huff says dumpster water will make your ears go. I can't use any more of that, so I might have to cut the dumpster water off. Kevin says, you're a trip. Love watching your videos. Thank you, Kevin. All right, guys, I think I'm going to get off here. It's been like an hour and 20 minutes. But yeah, I appreciate every one of you guys. Y'all have showed me so much support. I'm still amazed by how many subscribers I have in such a relatively short amount of time. And oh, someone says hopefully Sam is doing better. Yeah, let me talk about that for a second. Sam from the Northwest Wind, he's having some problems right now, and he has problems with anxiety and depression. And I also have anxiety, not like I used to. I would have really bad panic attacks, and I didn't even want to leave my house. But I've been taking medication for it for 20 years now, and I still get really nervous about stuff, but I don't have panic attacks and things like that. But so I understand a little bit about what Sam's going through. So, I wish I could do more to help him. But yeah, so if everyone keeps him in your thoughts and prayers, it just really makes me feel bad because I know exactly how he feels, and there's only so much you can say to someone to help them out, and I'm not around him. We're in totally different states. I just hope he has some friends and family around him that can help him out and maybe get him to feeling better. Tim Huff, love your content. Keep up the great work. I'm sure you're going to go far. Thank you, Tim. Mitchell McCarthy, do you have a link to send you gifts? Have some really cool camping stuff here in Australia, and would love to help support and make your camping adventures more enjoyable. Yeah, Mitchell. So in the description of my videos, I have a PO box where people can send stuff to. So, man, that would be a long trip from Australia. It really makes me feel bad for you having to pay that shipping and stuff. But there is an address in the description of most of my videos. I think I can add it in here. I probably could have added it in before the live stream, but I'll definitely put it in afterwards. Ken Baxter, keep up the great work. You have a great group of followers. We will support you all the way. Thank you, Ken. Daniel, so cool to chat live with you, Todd. Be safe tomorrow night. Can't wait to see the video. Thank you, Daniel. Okay, everybody, I'm gonna get off here. I do have a big stealth camp planned. I'm doing it tomorrow. I will post it Friday. If I get arrested or something, I'll let you guys know. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me. And we're going to do this more often. Now that I've done one, I'm not so nervous about it. So I'll definitely do those more. All right. Thanks, everybody.